Hey guys, how's it going? Kevin Cleary here with a quick first impressions video on the Cold Steel Swift 3. This is a knife that I've been pretty excited about for a number of reasons, not the least of which is this, that I haven't been super excited about anything from Cold Steel since the GSM acquisition. This is the first design that I really sort of got excited by, and I will say I find this to be a very attractive knife. Really clean, really simple, just a user type of knife, which tends to appeal to me quite a bit. It's also pretty large, which also tends to appeal to me quite a bit. This is 9 5/16 overall, so this is a pretty big knife. Let me quickly, normally I don't do this in first impressions, but I thought because this is on the larger end of the spectrum, it would be worth throwing in a couple of quick comparisons. This, of course, is the American Lawman and the Recon 1. Back to the knife in question, we have it lists a 4-inch blade. It's actually 3 7/8. It's 3 5/8 worth of cutting edge, flat grind, drop point. Again, M4 steel, which is a fantastic steel. We have an Atlas lock with a secondary lock running on bearings. So I'm not sure how I feel about that. That might be one of the things that, you know, this kind of opens a can of worms. Can we do skiff bearings on this? If we can do skiff bearings, can we do just plain phosphor bronze washers from skiff, which is a great option for lots of different knives? That's definitely something I'll be looking into in the fairly near future. All right. The other thing is, I have to say, I do enjoy assisted knives from time to time. And I think in a fully utility knife, it can make a certain amount of sense, right? If this knife is meant to be a knife that you're going to use, and so, you know, the speed of deployment might be a selling feature for you. It is a little bit of a gimmick. And I could take it or leave it, but I'm certainly fine enjoying a quick deploying knife from time to time. Now, it does mean that the knife's going to stop here, okay, and you're going to have to close it yourself each time. All right, the detent's not super strong. I will say that right off the hop. It really wants to deploy. So I'll report back when I get to my full review whether or not that's been an issue for me. Hopefully it's not super, super light, but you know, certainly I could see that being a concern that some people may have. And again, we'll report back. Lots and lots of handle space here, and actually the ergonomics on this are very good. This is a great, as I said, this is a knife for someone who just wants a good work knife that's going to do some cutting. I really enjoy that. Again, the thing that's a little contrary about that is the fact that it's running on bearings. I would have liked to see washers here, but that's okay. Again, it does open a can of worms in terms of whether or not we can do skiff bearings. That would be a really cool thing. The pocket clip is different from what we're used to seeing. So notice, you know, here's my Recon 1. Again, I'll bring the American Lawman in here. This is what we usually see from Cold Steel. This is steel milled though, so that it's a little more like a milled titanium clip. It is reversible, so fully ambidextrous knife, and that's a nice touch. All right, and again, something we are used to is pretty aggressive G10. It's not quite as aggressive as some we've seen in the past, but it's definitely got a pretty strong traction plan. All right, the secondary lock functions in the opened or closed. So if it's closed, I can lock it closed. If it's open, I can also lock it open. All right, and once you do that, it's going to stop the axis lock from being able to disengage. And so it introduces a little bit of play because you're moving that lock back a little bit, but nonetheless. So otherwise, by the way, if you don't engage this lock and you don't start messing with it the way I did, the lockup is rock solid, both up and down and side to side. Very, very good in that department. All right, and finally, the weight on this, I think I've mentioned all the other, oh yeah, closed. I should have mentioned closed. 5 3/8 inches closed. 4 1/4 inch grip area, and 6.1 ounces. So 6.1 ounces, that's a little high compared to the Recon 1, which we had here a second ago. This is basically 5 ounces, like 5.1. So this is up to 6.1. And that's because there's a little more steel involved in the Atlas lock, which is going to push that weight up just a little bit. So initial thoughts on this, yeah, very compelling knife, very satisfying. I really like this design. I really like the ergonomics on this. I like the size. It's, yeah, this knife gets a lot of things right. So look for, some good comparisons. I can anticipate a comparison between this as well as a few other cold steels, some other hard use knives that are out there. I'll spend some time getting to know this knife and come back to you with a full discussion where I'll report any issues that I came across, if there are any. Otherwise, it'll just be a longer discussion similar to what you're seeing here now. All right, thanks a lot for watching. Let me know what you think of this knife down below. We will talk to you soon.